What if I said that light doesn't actually travel? So I know that's provocative.
I am so happy that I jumped out of my bed after seeing that video to make this video for you guys, because I haven't seen anybody say something close to what I've been saying, in the sense of nothing is moving. That video was about light, or the notion that light isn't moving, and that's how he's putting the video forth, as like it's a possibility. But I'm telling you, you don't have to believe me, actually light isn't moving, but nothing is moving. I've made a video on this on YouTube, made it years ago, and people watch that video and can see where I'm coming from. So I can't prove this, of course. And that's why this is not religion. However, when I had my awakening, I came to see very clearly, in the strong 3 days I had of just perceiving as purely as possible as the so-called observer, pure consciousness, the ego is like in front of me. I saw very clearly that nothing is moving, that everything is literally one and it's static. I know that sounds crazy, but everything is static. Nothing is moving. It's just perception makes it seem as though things are moving. Like a movie. You have, of course, static slides, static pictures. And perception makes it seem as though there's movement due to the speed of the, of course, changing slides, or whatever they're called. It's similar to that. Nothing is actually moving. It's just that the form that we have, that's called the mind, because its nature is to be able to perceive forms solely. It can only recognize forms. It cannot recognize stillness. That's why it's hard to meditate, because you're trying to meditate with your mind. Don't do that. The mind cannot recognize stillness, and it can only recognize what is a reflection of itself, which is another form. And the mind comes and goes, it comes and goes, comes and goes. Okay, so then it perceives that coming and going as change, okay, which is a real experience. But ultimately speaking, nothing is moving. Light is not moving. And this is why I've said many times that, you know, the materialist scientists have less respect for, insofar as when talking about the nature of reality, than the religious person. Even though I don't believe in an external God, I don't believe in Big Bang and things like that, but at least believing in an external God is that that person is believing in something that is out of our perception, that is greater than what we're perceiving, right? Like there's a mystery there, so to speak. However, yeah, this is also why I can't take anybody seriously. And I've said this many times to you, my fellow expression of consciousness. If you want to have an awakening, you have to be brave, because you will not see the world the same again. You won't see your family the same, your friends, nobody, no thing, you won't see it the same again. Like the film The Matrix, like there's no going back. Well, unless you take that pill, but there's no going back. And even taking that pill in The Matrix, of course, you're going back into the illusion. So yeah, you can go back into the illusion if you want and just ignore, if you had an awakening, what you know to be true. Like many people are doing, particularly right now, talking a good game about all is one, spirituality this, spirituality that. And when a massive incident happens, oh no, let's pull away. No, there's no time for that. No, it's always time for that. Either you are consistent with what you are saying and putting out to your followers of what reality is, or you're not. And you're actually falling for the ego trap. When the going gets tough, run and hide. No, this is more the time to be even stronger. And you know what I mean? You know what I mean when I say this time, right? This is even more the time to be strong in what you know to be the truth of reality. Otherwise, suffering will continue. It will persist. It's a cycle, because people are choosing not to awaken and see people like myself as, you know, talking woo-woo and it's not important. How does it help the world? Oh my gosh, you are literally a reflection of the world. If you see everybody as a reflection of you, it will be impossible to harm them. You won't want to harm them, no matter what they look like. Like, and that, if that spreads, then nobody want to harm anybody. It's so simple. Anyway, yeah, this is why I can't take, I'm just giving like a little personal thing right here. This is why I can't take people seriously. can take people seriously, but what I mean is when talking about the nature of reality, or light travels at this many miles an hour, I just know it's not true. It's not true. That's why I'm so happy to see that video. It's like, oh wow, somebody else gets it. Yes. Nothing is moving. It's all still. I know it looks like I'm moving right now. Nothing is moving. Stillness. The nature of what we are is completely still. But the nature of what we are is infinite. That which is infinite holds all possibilities, including the illusion of movement. Listen to what I just said again. Rewind that. So it doesn't mean movement being illusory isn't real. It's a real experience. But ultimately, all is one, right? Therefore, nothing is moving. It's only from the vantage point of the seemingly individual perception that we could say, oh yeah, there's movement happening. But this individual perception is part of a greater whole. The all, source, God, universe, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, I'm just happy to see that someone else even posited that light doesn't travel, because actually nothing is traveling, nothing is moving. It's all, everything is still. As I say, when I had my awakening, which I can't prove, and I'm so happy that it's like that. Otherwise, this will become a religion. Oh hell, the awakened person. No, don't do that. You can come to see it for yourself. Don't believe anything I say unless it makes sense to you. But yeah, this is just real. I came to see that it's like everything slowed down. And I can still see, I can still so-called slip into that state, into my original state, at will. At will. And yes, like everything is slowed down, and somehow I could see that it's like the seeing is a knowing. The seeing's more like a knowing that nothing is moving. Nothing is moving. Nothing is moving. And that was mind-blowing. I'm getting goosebumps. Whew. Nothing is moving. I was like, what? What is this? Nothing is moving. Nothing is moving. Not only does light not travel, you don't travel. Nothing travels. I can keep talking and talking and talking. But yeah, as I say, I've been speaking about this for years. I say it in my course as well. Link in bio. But yeah, ultimately, nothing is moving. It's all illusory. Yeah. Man, I could talk forever. I really need to do like a sit down thing one day. Have a wonderful day or evening, my fellow expressions of consciousness.